Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gananaam Tva Ganapatigamma Havamahi Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmana Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannotipisita Sadhanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamay Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vitkaram Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtam Shaktim cha Tatputra Parasharam cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Shri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padmapadam cha Hastamalakan cha Shishyam Tam Totakam Vartikakaramanyam Asmat Gurun Santatamanatosmi Vyasam Vasishtanaptaram Shaktev Pautram Parasharatmajam Bhante Shukatatam Taponidhim Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha Achaturvadano Brahma Vibahur Aparo Harihi Abhalalochana Shambhuvo Bhagavan Badarayana Bhagavan Badarayana. We'll read from 68th Shlok. Page number 263. यथा स्वप्नमयो जीवः जायते म्रियतेऽपि वा जायते म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च यथा स्वप्नमयो जीवः जायते म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च यथा मायामयो जीवः जायते म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च यथा मायामयो जीवः जायते म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च. We have seen in 66th श्लोक जागृत एकक्षणी यास्ते न विद्यन्ते ततः पृथक् तथा तदृश्यमिवेदं जागृतश्चित्तमिष्यति. if you remember from the 64th Shlok, this procedure started of seeing the drishya as the chitta. And then drishya was seen, all the drishya was seen as chitta. Why? Because everything is a thought only. We don't see the object as in an object, concrete object, but we see everything in the form of a thought. So this procedure started of seeing everything in the form of a thought, chitta. Then further it was said that this chitta is nothing but the swapnadrik. Remember 64th shlok? Swapnadrik or the dream seer, dreamer there. So the projection of the mind is whose? It is of the dreamers. So everything that is projected in the dream is nothing but the dreamer's projection. So A is equal to B, B is equal to C, therefore A is equal to C. This we have seen in the dream state. And then it has to be applied in the waking state. That is a difficult portion. That everything, whatever we see in the dream state, it is very easy because the dream world goes away, and when we are come up to the waking state, the dream world has gone away. So we take it as flimsy. It has gone away. It is not permanent, temporary. But when we come to the waking world, we apply the same rules to the waking world. Then what happens? The waking world seems very, very concrete. It seems permanent. It seems with utility, with a purpose. But actually, it is also a longer dream state. This has been proved throughout the Mandukya. So, here it was said that as we are applying in the dream state, that the objects are nothing but the thoughts are nothing but the dreamer. Similarly, in the waking state also, we have to apply that all the objects are nothing but the mind, spandana, manaspandanameva. And what is the mind? The chitta. Chitta is that waker only. Here, Swapna Drik and the Drik, here the Drik, Jagrat Drik, they are the dreamer and the wakers. It's not the Drishta here. This has been told. So, Charan Jagarite Jagrat, Dikshu Vedasha Susitan, Andajan Svetajan Vapi Jivan Pashite Yan Sada. So, Drishya isn't different than the Drishta. What have we concluded? That the chitta, now I'm using the drishya and the drishta word. I hope it won't confuse. The principle is the same, saying that everything, the object is nothing but the dreamer. Objects are nothing but the waker in the dream state and the waking state. Now, I have removed the word dreamer and I have removed the word waker and I am using the word drishta. Is it all right? Now, drishya, what have we seen? We have seen in drishta vivek that the drishya has to be separate from the drishta. We had seen this, the first rule, if you remember, in drishta vivek was that drishya cannot be drishta and drishta cannot be drishya. That was very, very preliminary stage. Now we are all studying Mandukya, and Mandukya removes that differentiation, and it is saying that Drishta cannot be different than the Drishya. Why? Because everything is superimposed on that Drishta only. So therefore, whatever is seen is Drishta only. Okay. So this chitta of that swapnadrika and the chit of that swapnadrika and the chitta, they are not different than the swapna drik. The chit and the chit are not different than the swapna drik. They are same. So here, what is being propagated? You remember we had taken two vad, two philosophies, Drishti Srishtivad and Srishti Drishtivad. Remember? One was Drishti Srishtivad, another was Srishti Drishtivad. Here, what is being propagated is Drishti Srishtivad. Drishti, whatever is the Drishti, whatever is in the Drishti eva Srishti. Whatever is in the Drishti, whatever my vision is, that is only the Srishti. It is not that the Srishti is real and Srishti is making my Drishti. Drishti Srishtivad and Srishti Drishtivad. There were two theories. So here what is being propagated is what? It is the Drishti eva Srishti. Whatever is the are the objects of my Drishti, of my vision, they are not separate from that Swapnadrik or that Jagratrik, the waker or the dreamer. It's not different. So it is the same only. So Upadan Karan of that Drishya is what? Upadan Karan of that Drishya, of whatever I am seeing. Upadan Karan means the material cause. Upadan Karan of that Drishya is what?
Swapandrik.
Upadan Karan of that Drishya is the Chit. It is made up of thoughts. Yes, ultimately it will be Swapnadrik only. On the Swapnadrik, it is projected. But I am asking you, what are the contents or what is the material of by which the whole objects are made up of? It is the mind only. It is the thought only. So Upadan Karan, the definition of Upadan Karan is what? Upadan Karan is Upadiyate Anena iti. Upadiyate Anena means whatever is made up of what? Something is made up of whatever, that is called the Upadan. Like the mud pot is made up of mud. So the mud is the Upadan Karan there. The ornaments are made up of gold. So gold is the Upadan Karan there. So here, the world is made up of what? It is made up of the thoughts, the chitta. So if Karan, how do we prove that what is the Upadan Karan? If you take away the Upadan Karan from that thing won't be there. It won't exist. So in this way, what is happening? Here if we take out that chitta from the drishya, it won't be there at all. It is not there. So this is the way we prove that the Upadan Karan of the whole drishya, of everything, of the whole Srishti is the Chitta only. The moment my Chitta is gone, the whole Srishti goes away. The whole drishya goes away. So everything here is made up of what? Is made up of this Karan called the Chitta only. Okay. With what one is seeing a thing is not different than that thing. This is the principle. With what, again, with whatever one is seeing a thing is not different than the thing. So I am seeing the drishya with the chitta. So everything is not different than the chitta itself. Everything here is the chitta only. Again, the principle says that with whatever I am seeing a thing, that thing is not different than whatever I am seeing with the instrument. So here, through the Chitta, because I am seeing everything, because of what I'm seeing everything. If I take it out, it is the Upadan Karan also. If I take out that Chitta, the whole world will crumble down like a pack of cards. So this everything, the Drishya is nothing but this Chitta only, my mind only. Everything here is nothing but this absolute current called this Chitta, and the Chitta's absolute current will be that Drishta. Drishta only. So from the absolute level, these are said. From the absolute point of level, everything this is said, that everything here is that chitta only, and that chitta is superimposed on what? On that drik, on that drishta. So everything here is that drishta only. So swapna drik is that Swapna Purush only, because that's Drishta there. The Swapna Drishta or the Jagra Drishta are superimposed on what? See, there are layers. All of them are layers only. On what? On the substratum called that Atma. That Atma only is called a Drishta with respect to the Drishya. These are all separate names indicating different qualities or the characteristics of that Atma only. So when we are saying these are all layers, it's like a big sandwich. Huh? So all various layers, various conditionings are put. So first and foremost, the drishya comes. The drishya is coming on what? The drishya is coming on that on the chitta. Without that mind, the drishya is not there. As in the deep sleep. When the mind is lean, the mind is completely annihilated, or the mind is completely gone at that time, the world is also lean, the world is also not there. The world is also absorbed. The world is not seen. Then again, if the chitta comes back, the world is again seen. That is what? That means the chitta is only appearing in the form of the world. The world does not have a separate entity from the chitta, the mind. Again and again, we have to think about this, that my mind, as is the mind. See, our experience also says the same thing. If we are in a very good place, beautiful place is there, all our loving people are around us, but if my mind is not right, if my mind is, suppose, very anxious or very worried, then I won't be able to enjoy that beautiful situation also, wherein everything is positive for me. So as is the mind, so will be the experience. As is the mind, so will be the srishti outside. This is called drishti eva srishti, drishti srishti vad. So mind is projecting the sansar. It is not that the sansar is projecting the mind. At present, we feel that the sansar is concrete outside, the srishti is concrete outside, and it is affecting my mind. But actually, as I prepare my mind, because mind is subtle, mind is subtler, mind is more pervasive. So more pervasive has more control over the other less pervasive. What? Mind is more pervasive than the world. Yes, of course. The world is gross. The mind is subtle. So the mind is more pervasive. Mind is bigger in size than the world. It appears to be very funny, but if you see logically, if you see everything is in the mind only. The big stars. How can I accommodate all those galaxies, all those stars in my mind? That is the thing. There we accommodate everything. Not only what we see, the unseen world is also there. Because it is subtle, does not have a shape there. So whatever we are creating, we are seeing outside. So the mind is actually creating the world outside and is projecting. And therefore we are saying that Jagrat Drishya is not different than the Jagrat Chitta, again and again, this point has to be made firm in our mind. Reaffirm these points. So Jagrat Chitta is, Jagrat Drishya is not different than the Jagrat Chitta. Jagrat Chitta is not different than the Jagrat Purush. And that Purush is only the Drishta. I hope this is clear. So it is so difficult, but actually, if we are postulating these theories, we are working on these theories, it is okay. At the intellectual level, we may understand also. But the moment we start seeing the drishya outside, it seems that the drishya is real and it is affecting my mind. It is affecting the drishta. I feel I have been kept in this world. I am a portion of this world. But rather, it is the opposite way around. The whole world is a portion, or it is superimposed, it is a projection on the drishta. Okay, this is what Maya is doing. Anirvachaniya Maya. This is the work of that Maya. So, drishyate, what is the definition of drishya? Drishyate iti drishyam. Whatever is seen, that is called the drishya. So here, when we say world, it appears very real. But the moment we call it drishya, little bit of unreality has been sprinkled on it. Sprinkled. Drishya, when we call it drishya, because drishya is more related to the mind, drishya is related to the thoughts. So little bit of unreality has been put in it, little bit. And slowly when we say that it is also, drishya is also appearing on the drishta only, then it starts appearing imaginary. We have to exercise this. So we are anything seen. What is the principle? Anything seen is there where it is seen. The world is not outside. Where is it seen? Anything is seen where anything is there. Sorry, anything is there where it is seen. Again, if I am seeing the object on the table, the object is on the table. Where is the table? The table is in the hall. Where is the hall? The hall is in the building. Where is the building? The building is in the locality. So where is that object? That object is where it is seen. Now, taking this principle, where are we seeing all the objects? The objects are seen in the mind. So everything is the mind only. It is not the object, it is the mind only. So world is not seen in the world, world is seen in the mind. World is a projection of the mind, it is seen in the mind, it is mind. If you take out the mind, the world will stop existing. It is not there at all. So world is seen in the space. The whole world is seen in the space. Where is the space seen? The space, the whole space is seen in the mind. Can you imagine that? That means what? The space is smaller than my mind. But I used to think that the space is all pervading. How can it be smaller than my mind? Because it is seen in the mind. So a thing is where it is seen. So if I see the sun is not outside, the sun is in the mind. If I see any object, wherever it is seen, the principle says it is there where it is seen. So therefore, in this way, this world is seen in the space, space is seen in the mind, so the whole world is seen in the mind only. So mind is all pervasive, more pervasive than even the space. Okay, so thought is more pervasive. Mind means the thought. The thought is more pervasive than the space itself. The mind is more pervasive than the space itself. The space we feel is very, very big. It is unlimited. It is infinite. Yes, it's true. But it is not more pervasive than the mind because I am seeing the space where in the mind. So with going of the space, mind does not go. But by going of the mind, the space will go. What? Say again. By when the mind is taken away, when the space is taken away, the mind won't go away. Mind still exists. But if I take away my mind, the space goes away. This proves that the mind is more pervasive than the space. And it is projected on the mind only. The space is projected on the mind only. Okay, so anything is seen where it is seen. Anything is where it is seen. So the space is also mind only. Any object of the space is mind only. Everything here is mind only. And mind is what? Mind is what? Mind is consciousness. Okay. Now, if you remember one more principle, existence and consciousness, they cannot be separated. Remember, if I separate existence and consciousness, what will happen? Tell me. If I separate existence and consciousness, what will happen? I'm separating both of them. I've separated existence, I've separated consciousness. Then what will happen? Can I separate them?
No.
What will happen if I separate them? Existence will become non-existent. And consciousness will become jad, inert. Inert, jad. Remember, this was the principle long back we had seen. I think in Vedanta Sar we had seen this. Consciousness and existence. The existence of the mind, the existence of the space and the objects are in the mind. Mind is in the consciousness. So it is existing. So existence and consciousness, if they are separated, they cannot be separated. If they are separated, then that existence will become non-existent. And that consciousness that we call sentiency or sentient, it will become inert. So both of them. So when we say that the drik or the drishta is Brahma, we imagine some round ball of fire or ball of illuminated light somewhere in the space that is called Brahma. That is not so. Initially, it may be right, but actually, when we start thinking, it is our own self. And that has to be sentient also. It is Nitya, it is all pervading. Nitya means in time, it is not there in time. That means time has been superimposed on it. It is not in time. When we say something is Nitya, actually, what is it doing? It is making the time concrete. But here it is negating, it is a negative word saying that in Atma there is no time also. When we say it is all pervasive, what does it mean? It means that it is beyond space. When we say it is unlimited, it means what? It is not limited by any object. And there we have to add one more thing, that it is consciousness also. It is sentient also. It maybe we will feel that it is something like an inert ball of illumination. It is not like that. It is sentient. Just talking about us. So here, when we are saying in 65th Shlok that the Charan Jagrite Jagrat Dikshu Vedashasu Sthitan, one person is traveling in 10 directions and he is seeing everything, whatever objects he is seeing. Jivan Pashyatiyan Sada, he is seeing different things. Whatever it is seeing, Jagrat Chitte Kshaniyaste, Na Vidyante Tata Prithak. All objects are not different than that Jagrat Chit. I hope now the whole thing is clear. The Jagrat Chit, that means the waker, and the objects outside, they are not different. They cannot be separated. Because everything, so many principles we saw just now. We have to apply all these principles. That the chitta is the upadan karan of that. And then where is that chitta seen? It is seen on that drik only, the drishta only. Drishta cannot be separated. Then we saw that whatever is seen but with whatever and wherever, it is not separate than that thing. So here from all the point of views, from all the angles, this drishta, the Jagrat Drishta, cannot be different than the Drishya outside. They have to be same. They cannot be different. Okay. Tatha tad drishyam ev idam jagritah chittamishyate. So that Jagrat Drik, that Drik is same as the Jagrat Chitta. So Chitta and the Drishya, they cannot be separated. This was in the 66th. Then 67th also we saw that Ubhe. Ubhe here means Chitta and Chaitya. Chaitya means the objects, the Chitta, the projection of the Chitta. Tadhit Pratyay. Remember one matra extra has been put on Chitta, so it becomes Chaitya. So Chaitya and Chitta, they are all what? He anya drishyate kim tad astiti nojate. What it is, it can't be said because both are anirvachanീയം. Chitta and Chaitya both are actually proving each other. If you take out the Chitta, there is no Chaitya, no object outside. If you take out the objects, you cannot prove Chitta also. So both of them are actually complementary to each other. Husband, whom do you call a husband? One who is not a married person, who is a bachelor, you cannot call him a husband. So a husband becomes a husband with respect to wife. Wife becomes a wife with respect to husband. A spinster cannot be called a wife because she is not married. There is no husband there. So both of them are complementary to each other. Similarly, Chitta is with respect to Chaitya and Chaitya is with respect to Chitta. Both of them cannot be separated here. Anya drishye te kim tad astiti nochyate. Lakshana shunyam ubhayam tan mate neva priyate. They have no praman to prove each other by because to don't have any pramana separately to prove their existence. They are proved by each other. So those who have abhinivesh, they only understand this. Tan mate naiva griyate. They who are into it, they only will understand what is being said here. So this was till 67th. Now we will see the 68th shlok. Yatha, this is also very, once we understand this, the principle, all of them gets easy. Yatha Swapnamayo jivaha jayate mriyate picha. Like yatha jivas. Swapnamaya jivaha. Like the jivas in the swapna. Swapna means what here? Karya karana sanghar. When it is a part of that karya karana sanghar, the swapna. Jayate mriyate picha. Then it is born. See, birth and death. All these are just superimpositions. This has been said here. So Jayate Mriyate Picha. So death of the Jeev in dream is disappearance of some kind of drishya only. Isn't it? What it is not an actual death there. We all must have seen. I don't know whether you have seen. People say that we haven't seen our death, but I have seen so many times I have been killed. The moment I have told you also this thing, that the moment we get our body gets uh, damaged, or that eye gets damaged, the dream seer gets damaged, the dream is broken because there is no dreamer now to see. So the moment I fell down, this I see so many times. I fell down from some mountain. You also must have seen. Or you fell down from the bed, like that. You rolled down, and actually you're not uh, getting down somewhere, or you're not dropping down somewhere, but you feel that I've fallen down, and then you wake up. So because the swapna drishta there, or the dreamer there, that is destroyed there. So that is why the dream is broken. So here it is said that yatha swapnamaya jiva jayate niyate picha. There is some kind of drishya only that is getting destroyed when I am killed in the dream. Or if I'm born in the dream, that also is difficult to see. I don't know if you all have seen. I haven't seen my birth in the dream. So it is difficult. So uh, what is it if I see my birth in the dream, or anybody's birth for that matter? If I see that, it is just a projection of a thought. It's a projection of some drishya only. It's funny, but it is a projection of some drishya, and it is disappear. Death means what? It is disappearance of some drishya. So disappearance and projection, it is only that only. So when I saw it alive, it appears true during my Jagrat Avastha. All the birth and the death appears true. But actually, like in the Swapna, it disappeared and it appeared similarly. In the Jagrat also it happens. First line is explaining the Swapna Avastha. The second line now is explaining the Jagrat Avastha. Tatha Jiva, Ami. Ami, others word, remember? Others, Asau, Amu, Ami. So this is Ami Pratma Bahuvachan. Sarve Bhavanti na Bhavanti cha. All the jivas tatha in this way. So similarly, jivaha ami, all these jivas, of those jivas, ami, sarve, they are bhavanti, they are born. Na bhavanti cha, they are dying also, like in the swapnavastha. So everything here, see, there are two kinds of drishya. What are they? They are sentient and insentient. Two kinds of drishya. You remember where we had seen this? In Panchadashi. We had seen the painting, the canvas. Please revise that also. Remember, in the canvas, it was a beautiful example by Panchadashikar. He said that in the painting, the first layer is the canvas, the white layer. Then, ghattit, it was starched. Then it was ranjit. Remember, it was painted. Ranjit. So now what happened when we are painting the canvas? I am painting some things. I am painting a tree also. I am painting a man also. I am painting a river also. I am painting a boat on which there is a fisherman who is fishing. Now the fisherman is sentient. Now that fisherman is wearing a shirt. I have made that colorful shirt. But actually, there is a layer, the ghattit, the starched layer was already put on each of the things on that canvas. Remember, this was the example. So everything is having a cloth, the 5-element cloth. But from top also, I am putting another, the sharir. I am painting that fisherman with various colors and I am putting the colors on it. That is that Ranjit Pata. So I am differentiating what the sun is Ghattit and this is Ranjit. The sun has been painted as in the canvas only, but it is not wearing anything. It is not because because it is insentient. But the sentient being, the fisherman, he is wearing a cloth or shirt, whatever that I have painted on that. So I'm putting an extra layer of colors on that. Remember, this was a differentiation. So everything there in the canvas has got the white color of that canvas. The put is there, the ghattik put, the starched cloth is there. But there is the difference is what? There is sentient and insentient beings here in that whole canvas. Similarly, the whole drishya, that whatever we are seeing, is what is this Brahma only. So this Brahma, the canvas of that Brahma, the Drishya can be separated into Drishta and Drishya, the sentient and the insentient. Let us see like that. Sentient and the insentient. So the whole thing has been, now there are two kinds of Drishya called the sentient and the insentient. Disappearance of the sentient Drishya is called death. Appearance of that sentient is called birth. Disappearance, that same thing as disappearing from that whole drishya. Everything was same. Since 30 years, I am interacting with a person. He's having food, he's having tea, coffee, he's scolding, he's happy, he's rejuvenating, he's merry making, and he's sometimes he's very upset with me, he's scolding, he's shouting, everything is done. Since so many years, since last 30, 40 years I'm with him. Suddenly one day he disappears. What is this? Disappearance. This is disappearance of that thought only. The object that was in my mind continuously, that has disappeared now. It is a thought that has disappeared. Not that object. That object was not there actually. It was seen in its absence. The object is not there. It's difficult a bit, but this is the reality. The objects are not there at all. So disappearance of some sentient thing, suddenly it will define it as it will be called as death. An appearance of something sentient will be called as birth. So when Drishya was seen also, it wasn't there. Adavante chayan nasti, remember? This in this text only we saw. Adavante chayan nasti vartamane picha tattatha. I don't remember the number of that shlok. So Adav and Ante chayan nasti. What is not there in the beginning and what is not there in the end. In the middle also like that only. So if a rope is going from this side of the table and it is appearing from this side of the table, that means in the middle also it is seen. It is not seen, but it is there. Similarly, if a rope is not there on this side, it is not there on this side, in the middle also it's not there. Similarly, if body is not there before 50, 80, 90 years, afterwards also it's not there, in the middle also. It is not there, but it is seen. Where is it seen? It is seen due to the illusion only. It is seen in its absence only. It is seen due to agyan only. So drishta and drishya. Drishta and drishya both are seen due to ignorance. It cannot be separated. They are not separate at all. Yat drishyam tat mithya. Whatever drishya is there, that is mithya only. So if mithya is there, we need some solid stuff, substratum, for mithya to get projected, isn't it? A rainbow cannot be projected without the sky. The mirage waters cannot be projected without the road or the sand on which it is projected. The snake cannot be projected without a rope. Something has to be there. Similarly, if this drishya is being projected, it is not without a substratum called the drishta. And both these things cannot be separated, though initially we separated and saw. Now it is saying that it is impossible for you to separate them. It is not possible. It's not possible that we separate them. They are separated due to the line of a very thin line is there. We have to take it out. Thin line of agyan is there that we separate everything and see. It's difficult. Just before the class, I was meditating on these lines, and then I came to the kitchen. I came to the kitchen door, and outside on the door, I saw a black lizard. A black lizard on the door. Suddenly, I felt that this is not separate than me. So difficult to think like that. Can you imagine? The reptiles or whatever things that give you the sense of abhorrence in your mind. Think of it as it is not separate from that drishta. At intellectual level, we have to work, but at the level of experience also, we have to work a lot. Otherwise, it's difficult to take these principles in reality. Antardrikdrishyayo bhedam. Remember that Shlok? So inside it has differentiated between Drik and Drishta. Outside with the world and the seer. But it is not so actually. They are not different. Next, let us see the next, this thing, 69th. We'll see the 69th and 70th also because all of them have the same bhashya. Yatha maya maya jivaha jayate mriyate picha. Like the maya maya jiva, the jeev, the magician makes drishya by maya. Like the magician who makes the drishya by maya, maya maya jiva jayate mriyate picha, and it is born and it dies suddenly. It will die suddenly. No, on the stage, the magicians will cut a girl. The box is cut into two. And then again it will join. It is like that. Some things disappear, some things will come out. From the hat only, some sentient beings will come out. The pigeons will come out, fly over here and there. So it's like Maya Maya Jiva. Jayate Mriyateva. म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा ami sarve bhavanti na bhavanti cha. So similarly in Jagrat Avastha also, this Maya, the lady called Maya, she only makes everything appear and disappear. Elegant lady with a big cap. She is creating everything. She's got a wand in her hand and she's making us rotate around her wand. We get affected by her wand. Sarve bhavanti na bhavanti cha. Let us read the 70th shlok also. Yatha nirmitiko jivaha jayate miyate च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च यथा निमित्तको जीवः जायते म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च यथा निर्मितक means निर्मित whatever is made jivaha, that jeev that is made jayate mriyate picha, it appears as if who has made it, that Maya who has made that, it appears to be born and it appears to be dying. Tatha jiva ami sarve, in the same way these jivas also sarve jiva ami sarve bhavanti na bhavanti cha. So these jivas are also appearing as if they are born. We are celebrating their birthday. Then we are observing their shraddha. We are going from place to place. That does not mean at the Vyavharik level we should stop doing all these things. Please don't misunderstand. Whenever we are at the Upanishadic level, we are understanding the Vedantic level. It is for us. It is for us to understand. It is like a coat that we wear and we go into the sansar. But at the Vyavharik level, we have to be very, very sweet. We have to celebrate everything. We have to do dharma and as per the Shastra, we have to do the Shraddha, etc. We have to observe all those things. So that does not mean here that we have to, unless we have become Gyanis, unless we have reached those stages, then we can stop. But till we have reached that state, we have to observe all these things. We have to be in the sansar. It is not that we stop celebrating birthdays and say, "Arey, nobody is born." Amma said that everything is created by Maya only, so we have to stop this. No, it's not like that. Let us see the Bhashya. Maya 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 Vinaya Kritaha निर्मितको मंत्रौषध्यादिभिः निष्पादितः. That has been Maya means what? Maya vina yah kritah. Maya vina, by that Maya that has been created, that has been made by Mayavi. With what? Nirmitako mantra aushadhyadibhihi, by that by some mantra or by some aushadhi, by some medicine, it has been made. Like we make Ganeshji, by some mantra, by some aushadhi, by some Gobar Ganesh is also made. By turmeric powder also we make Ganeshji. Similarly, like Parvati Ma made Ganeshji with her, with all uh, the uptan and all of her body, she made Ganeshji. Similarly here by Mantra Adhyadipihi Nishpaditaha, everything that has been made by that Maya, Swapna Maya Nirmitika, Antajadaya Jivaha. All the jivas are made like they are made in the dream. Antajadayaha, Svedaj, Andaj, Jarayuj, Udbhej, all of them, all the four, whatever categories are there, jivaha. Yatha jayante mriyante, as they are born and they die. Cha tatha, manushyadi lakshanaha, avidyamanaha eva. These jivas of lakshan of manushya, etc. The outer shape is of manushya. They are of these various shapes, etc. Avidyamanaha, they are not there. They are all mithya drishya only. Eva chitta vikalpana matra ityartha. Now you'll understand this word. Chitta vikalpana matra ityartha. It is all the vikalpana, it is all the imagination, figment of imagination of that mind only. It is not different than the mind. See the Tippani number 5, last line. Chitta vikalpana matraha, chitta parinama matraha. It is the modification of that mind only. Modification of that mind only. So, because it is the modification of that mind, it is not separate than the mind. Okay, this is a principle. But because it is the upadan karan is the mind only, so it cannot be different than the mind. So, chitta vikalpana matraha ityarthaha. This is the meaning here. Let us see the 71st shlok. Etad न कश्चित् जायते जीवः सम्भवोऽस्य न विद्यते एतत्तदुत्तमं सत्यं यत्र किञ्चित् न जायते न कश्चित् जायते जीवः सम्भवोऽस्य न विद्यते एतत्तदुत्तमं सत्यं यत्र किञ्चित् न जायते. So here it is emphasizing the same point. Emphasizing the same point that na kaschit jayate jiva. Jiva is not born. Jivas are not born. Sambhavo asya na vidyate. Birth has no, because birth has no real cause. Therefore, see second number tippani. Asya means advitiyasya. It is aja. So second number tippani, the bottom. The bottom, second number. What is it? Sambhavaha means, see, Sambhavaha means birth, Karanam. First number Tippani is Karanam. And second says Advitiyasya. There is no second there. So there is no birth there. So it is Aj. So Aj cannot be born. Purnamadav, Purnamidam. From that Purna, Purna only comes out. There is no, from the partless, partless only comes out. From the part will come out. So from the partless, part cannot come out. So here it is saying Sambhavo asya na vidyate. So body, karma, we saw everything. Everything has been refuted because logically we could not prove anything, cause of anything. We could not prove the cause of karma. We could not prove prove the cause of body. We could not prove the cause of mind. We could not prove the cause of this world. Everything was refuted slowly in this Alatshanti only. So in this way, it is saying here, first line is that na kaschit jayate jivaha. The jiva is not born at all. Birth has no real cause. Etad tad uttamam satyam. This is the highest truth. You want to know the truth? So many times I'm telling you the truth. This is the highest truth. See the third tippani, uttamam. Uttamam means what? Ukta vyavharika satya mano nirodhat yad apekshayottama ityartha. That satyam which appears when you quieten the mind. That satyam which appears when the conditions are dropped. Okay, when you quieten the mind, that is bigger than the mind also. The mind is superimposed on that satyam. That is the satyam that is being said here. Uttamam satyam. That is the highest truth. Yatra kinchit na jayate. See, yatra. Yatra means what? Again, fourth number tippani. Yatra pratyag abhinne brahmani. So it is abhinna. It is pratyak means what? Yatra means what? Pratyak abhinne. It is not different than that consciousness. In Brahma, nothing is born. It is not different than that consciousness alone. Okay. So, yatra kinchit na jayate. There, nothing can be born. From that Aj, nothing can be born. Let us see the Bhashyam 71st. व्यवहार सत्य विषय जीवानां जन्म मरणादि स्वप्नादि जीववत् uktam. So here it is saying that which has upyog, vyavhara satya vishaya jivanam, of those jivas where vyavhar, where which has upyog, which is seen or which has got a purpose. We feel that the jiv is with a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. We also say that you have to, if this body has been given to you, we should find out what is the purpose. So Vyavhar Satya Vishaya Jivanam, where the Vyavhar Satya, Vyavharik Satya is there, which has Upyog or which is seen. Here it is meaning Pratibhasik. Okay, Pratibhasik Satya. Vyavhar Satya means here Pratibhasik Satya. It is not that absolute Satya. Param Satya, it is not that Param Satya. So it is Pratibhasik Satya. In that Pratibhasik Satya, Kriyashraya is not there. This jiva can have kartrutva, etc. It has to have that ashraya, that Kriyashraya will have to be there. So Vyavhar Satya means what? All the karakas are there. So there has to be the differentiation between the karak and the atma, the drik there. So of that jivanam, janma maranadihi, both birth and the death is like what? Swapnadi jivavad is like swapna jiv. Is like swapna jiv iti uktam. Why? Because here all the vyavhar, in vyavhar we have to separate everything. In vyavhar everything has to have bhed. कर्ता ने कर्म को कर्म से संविधान के लिए पादान से अलग संबंध काकी के अधिकरण में पेपर. All those 7 karakas have to be put on the Atma to do before we start working. Because if, see, here everything is Brahma. If everything is Brahma, this book is also Brahma. This laptop is also Brahma. My mobile is also Brahma. My pen, pencil, everything is Brahma. So in Brahma, Brahma cannot act. Swatmani kriya dosh will be there. So in the self, there has to be this differentiation of karta, karak, karan, ityadi, so that the work has to be done. The work can be done. Otherwise, who will work on what? Swatmani kriya abhavat. In Swatmani kriya abhavat, I cannot work on the same thing. The feet cannot walk on the feet. This point cannot touch this point. So in this way, what will happen? This way, when what is happening? If we are not having bhed, the vyavhar won't be possible. So here, when it is said that vyavhar satya vishaya jivanam, the jeev where there is vyavhar going on. What is there? Janma marnadi swapnadi jivavad ityuktam. It is like swapnavad only. Uttamam tu parmartha satyam na kaschit jayate jiva iti. From that highest point of view, there is neither birth nor death. Uttamam tu parmartha satyam. From that absolute level, there is no birth or no death. Okay. Na kaschit jayate jiva iti. No birth of that jiva. Uktartham anyata. That has been already said. This is the meaning here. So I feel that I am different. The person in front of me whom I'm interacting with is different. Everything is different. All are different. I'm working on something, with something, on something, in something, for something, of something. They're all prepositions. These are all karakas. So without these karakas, the action cannot be completed. In action, we need all these things. We need the karakas in action. So this is what has been said. So, but actually from the Parmarthic point of view, the Uttamam Satyam, from that point of view, nothing is born. So we have completed till 67th. Some 72 we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.